Good morning, Miller Mustangs. This is the week of September 16th, and this is your weekly Mustang Message. All right, I met with everybody who's being evaluated last week. If you are temporary Probe 1 or Probe 2, I will be sending an email out to you to schedule our pre-meeting and observation 1 for October. All evaluations will be completed prior to winter break. This is the walkthrough checklist that I wanted to present at the staff meeting last week that we didn't have access to. So it just outlines everything that we've talked about that we want up in classrooms or referenced to students. I know I'm going to be meeting with individual grade levels to review the standard-based objectives. Again, just play around with those objectives, and then when I meet with each grade level, we'll discuss exactly what those should look like. And then I'll just leave a little comment for you. If you have any questions, as always, come and see me. We have a fire drill scheduled for this Wednesday at 9:15 a.m. Please evacuate the classroom when you hear the fire alarm sound. I will have the office ladies put the 2 attendance sheets in your box before Wednesday. One attendance sheet you hold on to for your reference. The other one you send up to me for anybody who is absent and or missing from your classroom. You're going to send those to the primary and intermediate assembly area coordinator. I believe that's Elena Taylor for primary and Sarah Outland for intermediate. This is just a drill, so we will practice and give feedback. All right, some reminders. For our first professional development meeting will be tomorrow. That's 5th grade and 6th grade. 6th grade, you will take your lunch from 11 to 11:40. Both grade levels, we will be meeting in my office. Make sure you bring your next ELA or math unit, or if you're in the middle of the unit and still have some planning to do, bring that. If you have identified focus standards and common formative assessments, bring those, and your unassisted student writing for trimester 1. If you've graded those, great. If you haven't, that's okay too. We're going to do some calibration to make sure that we are all grading the same way. Our jogathon is this Friday, September 20th at 8 a.m. We will still be collecting Jamba Juice orders today, so if some money trickles in, make sure you send that up to the office. Later this week, we're going to do a popsicle sale for anybody who missed a Jamba order. Jogathon money is due on Thursday, September 19th, and then you should be receiving the schedule for Jogathon sometime this week if you haven't already received it. We will have our staff development meeting this Thursday at 1:50. We will be reviewing LPAC and TEL data, and then have an opportunity to start developing our ELD groups. All right, some shout outs. Thank you to Miss Askin for creating La Fuega and presenting our new school purpose to our school community. Thank you to Mr. Vargas, Miss Martita, and Miss Jasmine for helping to count the Jamba Juice money. Thank you to Mrs. Wilcock, Mrs. Maravilla, Miss Wood, Mrs. Denton, Mrs. Mahoney, Mrs. Amaral, Mrs. Pine, Mrs. Engel, Mrs. Jackson, Miss Ellickson, Miss Outland, and Miss Askin for providing the wonderful artwork for the Sousa Center. Thank you again to Mrs. Kringle for decorating the Sousa Center for the board meeting. It looked beautiful. Thank you to Mr. Wood and Mr. Lavander and our 3rd and 4th grade students for representing Miller at the board meeting. I think they really enjoyed the activity. Thank you to Mrs. Hamilton, Mrs. Kringle, Miss Burgess, Miss Outland, and Miss Wilcock for attending the board meeting Tuesday night. And if there's anybody that attended that I missed, I am sorry. Thank you so much for being there. And thank you for all that watched on Facebook Live. And then thank you to Miss Dimension, Miss Kringle, Miss Perez for volunteering to have ACEs use their classrooms. I will let them know today. And then thank you to everybody at Miller for working together to pass the Williams Act inspection. Again, if you have any shout outs, please email them to me for future Mustang Message. And remember our new school purpose: ignite a love of learning that empowers each other to affect positive change in the world. Have a wonderful week.